people with HIV
$500,000 Singapore in a dual currency investment using Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, Singapore dollar, yen, whatever it is, dual currency. And then 1 month later, the relationship manager called her and say, Mrs. So-and-so, I'm sorry, all your money gone. $500,000 all gone. If you want to keep your position, you must put in $500,000 more. I know the Australian dollar dropped 30%, but how can you lose 100% when it dropped 30%? So I said, cannot be. You must at least have 70% left. Already very bad. How can you lose 100%? So I asked this lady, please get your bank to give you a statement. How can you lose 100%? $500,000. She never came back. Of course, 1 month later, another person told me, Mr. Tan, this time it's Singaporean. Me and my wife, we got our retirement money, $200,000. We went to a bank, local bank. The relationship manager explained, the $200,000, the bank will lend $800,000, so a total is $1 million to invest in two currency. Now I know how you can lose 100%, because your investment is leveraged 5 times. Your 200,000 become 1 million of that. If the currency drop 20%, 5 times 20% is how much? 100%. Currency drop 20%, 100% gone, because it's leveraged 5 times. Well, this person didn't lose 100%. He lost 75%. Why? The currency dropped 50%. The bank called him and say, you have to top up. He got no money to top up. He said, sorry, we cancel. So he lost 75%. His $200,000 remaining how much? 75% gone. How much? 50,000. How fast for currency to drop 15%? 3 days. That's all. Now what about the people who didn't buy Australian dollar but sell Australian dollar? Do they get 75% gain? They get 5%, 10%. Don't invest in this kind of investment. Dual currency. So that's my advice. My final point is this, and this is after all this issue is clear. Many people come and tell me, Mr. Tan, long ago we used to be able to trust the bank. Now we are scared of putting our money in the bank. Where shall we put our money? Insurance company also similar. Lock up the money for 20 years. How much you get back? Poor return. Where shall we put our money? Actually, 1 year ago, my friend asked me, Mr. Tan, since you left NTUC Income, why don't you form a consumer association for financial services? Educate people. Where can they buy the right product? How to buy the right product? What is the right product? Alright? Educate people. Of course, at that time I says, no, I got too many other things to do. Until this mini bond crisis come. Then I see, wow, if carry on like this, I don't know how people can look after their money. So I have formed a pro tem committee to study how to set up this association, so that people who join will get educated about financial matters. But the education is quite simple. Sometimes the financial advisor who see you make it so difficult, so complicated. When you join the association, it's very simple. Very simple, because I'm a good teacher. I can explain what you should do in a simple way. Now, after you listen and you are educated, you say, how do I invest? How do I buy government bonds? How do I buy exchange traded fund? How do I find the right bank that give a good interest rate, quite safe? The Consumer Association's job is to find for you, because they can do research and recommend to you the right products to buy. Any commission earned by the Consumer Association, zero. How is the Consumer Association going to pay for the salary? Now, that one I'm going to ask you. Do you want the Consumer Association get money from the government? Yes, you can. But of course, you have to follow the government rules and regulations. That means certain things you cannot say. You want the Consumer Association to get money from the banks, advertising money from the banks. Okay? Or who is going to fund this association? I hope I'm going to do a survey and ask Singaporeans, are you willing to fund this association? How much? $20, $40 a year. How much have you lost by making that investment? Many of you, how much have you lost? 100,000, 50,000. So you think carefully. Do you want to pay $20, $40 a year so that all the money can go and employ 3, 5 people to do the research for you? My service will be free. Alright, because quite well off, I retired already. I will write, but I need the young people to run the association. If you don't want to pay, you want free, then I have to depend upon the banks. And the banks giving money, they say, you cannot write this, cannot write that, cannot say this is bad, cannot say that is bad. Okay, so this is something I hope next year, after the mini bond is over, you should think about this. Let me wish all of you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.